Hello there, this is Retro Spirits Guide presenting Top Gear Rally on the N64. This is a warning in Japanese, and this is Kemco's logo. Apparently it's a car too, and this is Boss Game Studios logo. And apparently that's a car. This is the Top Gear Rally logo. Top Gear Rally is a rally game by Boss Game Studios. It looks like we've got some 3D interface. First season. I haven't got a save game on this. I think, although I've got some race record there, so I might have had a save game on this. I don't think it's on the cart. I think I have to plug in the old save game pack. We've got lots of 3D models in the front end. They kind of just rotate on the spot. The music is infuriating. It's just beeping at me. This was the N64's version of Sega Rally. It was, I guess, designed to compete directly with it. Not by Nintendo themselves, obviously by Boss Game Studios. Boss Game Studios made quite a few racing games on the N64, didn't they? And I think this might have been their first one. We've got some boxy cars here. Oh look, some particles which look rather bad. And a lonely windmill. It's quite a annoying soundtrack. I think I've mentioned that already. That's some sort of horrible fake Euro pop. We have a very pastel-y looking landscape here, like an impressionist painting with some blurry textures and sympathetic colours. In this game, you have to take the shortcuts on every track, otherwise you will not come first. And I just happened to remember there's a shortcut across the beach there, which is groovy. I don't play this game much these days. I do remember playing it back in the day a bit more. I'm having trouble with the handling here. The handling is very woolly. I don't remember it being this difficult. Why is there a lighthouse on during the day? Don't know. I've got a feeling I remember there being times of days for these tracks, so maybe the lighthouse is on because at night time it's on, and they couldn't be bothered to make a daytime version of the lighthouse. Memory restrictions or laziness, you decide. Got a quite nice tunnel here. It's not a bad looking game. Like I said, it's just a bit blurry and pastel-y. It's kind of like looking at a sort of a nice smear, a lovely coloured smear across the screen, which is not high praise, I have to admit. But some of these textures are so low res. They're basically just patches of colour. This is one of the earliest N64 racing games, I believe. Like I said, I had the PAL version back in the day. I don't remember it being quite so smooth as this, so maybe the Japanese version has got a bit of a better frame rate. Getting used to the controls a bit now, and the AI on the enemy cars seems a little lackluster. Doing the beach shortcut again. They've got some reflectively sort of windows. I say sort of reflective-y windows because I don't think they're actually reflective. They've got some sort of weird cube up on them. There's like 3 bushes in this entire level. Having said that, it's not really next-gen graphics. No one was expecting it to be when they booted up an N64. Weren't expecting it to look like an Xbox 360 or Xbox One game, were they? So I'll keep the sarky comments about the number of bushes to myself, thank you very much. Got some seagulls there, what I assumed were seagulls. They were like 2 pixels. And back to the nice tunnel, the only feature on this track, other than the windmills, that's recognisable. Don't know much about the structure of this game in terms of upgrades and stuff. It looks like you've got loads of options to change your transmission, suspension, tyre styles, all that business, all the stuff that I've got no interest in whatsoever. I like my arcade races to be arcadey. I don't want to have to tweak things to make it easier for myself. I'd rather it just be balanced by the designers. But hey ho, that's me. This music really is infuriating. There was some sort of aircraft there, or was it a giant albatross? Pterodactyl type shenanigans. Don't know. This track is fairly dull, isn't it? It is the first track in the game though, so I guess they're kind of going for the old easy track. Got some weird bit of handling there. I bought this game new, not so long ago, because I hadn't played it for years, and I wanted another racing game for my N64, and it was brand new, and it cost me 17 English pounds. That's 17 English pounds for a new copy of an N64 game. You can't say fairer than that, although the game in question is this game, so if you don't like racing games, you're not going to get value for money. It's okay so far. I'm kind of getting into the handling. I think I will have to go into the options and tweak the handling slightly, because it is fairly woolly. You don't have much of a sensation of speed in these early rounds. I'm assuming you can unlock faster cars, which give you more aggressive acceleration and top speed, which would make it more exciting. All of the track has got like a collision sausage around it, so you just bounce off the walls, and that's fun. There you go, sort of reflective-y windows. Reflective. I keep saying reflective-y, I don't know why. But yeah, they've got like some sort of weird blue cube map on them. Data save. Japanese. Half the game's in Japanese and half of it is English, which is fine. Although I don't know what I'm doing on this menu, obviously. There's a badly photoshopped thing in the background there, like a bump mapped thing. It looks like you can change your decals on your car as well. I mean, there's loads of options there. Whether you'd be interested in tweaking them is up to you. I'm sure someone out there has drawn, if this is possible, genitalia on their car and taken that for a spin. We've got another pastel-y track here. This one is in shades of brown and dark green and grey, whereas the previous track was in brown, light green and grey. This one's got some foliage. Shit, I think I'm face down in the puddle now. But that is unfortunate. I don't know how I'm going to get out of this situation. It gives you a nice look at the track though, doesn't it, eh? The track textures. Yeah, so it looks like the physics are broken in some areas. Be careful of that, kids. There's a hut there as well. Is this supposed to be like, I didn't notice. Was it supposed to be Hawaii? Something like that? What am I doing? Oh, he's going crazy. He's just jumping off terrain. Look at these textures close up. Smears. I can't seem to find a reverse gear. Is there a reverse gear? Can you go backwards in this game? Oh no, Phantom Z fighting. Yeah, let's restart that race again. I'll tell you what, let's try and not launch off that terrain into that wall, because it breaks the game. There's some great game testing gone on into this product. What do I think about the music for this level? Oh, he's taking it slow like Grandad. Oh, he's a Grandad corner there. The music for this level is very 80s, like it should be in the Karate Kid movie. So that's horrible. We got some reflectivity on the track there. We got some puddles. That looks alright. Yeah, they've got some. They've got some tech. Don't you worry. They can do some bits and bobs. Oh my god, the collision for this track and the collisions in general are a bit dodgy. These cars look a bit crappy. That sound effect is underwhelming. It sounds like someone hitting a stick onto a bucket when you collide with the other cars. There's no real satisfying drifting. It's not like in Sega Rally when you hit a drift and you have to control it and you feel like you're fighting against the car. This just feels a bit... yeah. It's like the car doesn't slide quite enough. It's a bit weird. But hey, it's a rally game for your N64. I believe there might have been a sequel to this game. I've never played the sequel. Boss Game Studios, what else did they make? They might have made Top Gear Overdrive, which I've already reviewed. That's okay. I'm trying to think. Did they make like that touring car game as well? Is it World Touring Cars? I can't remember the name of it, but there was quite a well-regarded touring car game on the N64, which I also own, but I can't remember the name of right now. So Boss have got a bit of a thing for racing games. You can cut across all these corners. Quite like that feature. I do quite like the fact that these levels are open like that, so you can cut across some of the bits. That tree and that waterfall. Yeah, not great looking. Okay, well, it's a rally game. I think once you get used to the controls, you'll have some fun. But you do have to find all the shortcuts to win. So it's got that weird kind of fantasy... It's like a fantasy rally game, which is a weird thing to say about a computer game, because that's exactly what they are. But in terms of, like, there's no... Like, you have to cheat to win. And it's the same in a lot of boss games, including Top Gear Overdrive. You have to find all the shortcuts to win the races, whereas the other opponents or the other cars will just drive on the track and win. You have to go off the beaten track and find your own route to victory, which can be frustrating because it's trial and error. There was a bit of a crack in the someone hasn't welded their vertices on the track there. There was a bit of a gap in the track. Again, QA department needs a talking to on this game. We've got singular facing plane palm trees. Beautiful stuff. So if you don't mind slightly mungy, dirty graphics, if you don't mind horrific audio, and you want a passable racing game for the N64, which is going to be fairly cheap, well, then this is the game for you. If you like tweaking transmissions and suspensions, this also might be the game for you. If you love Sega Rally and want something exactly like that for the N64, this isn't that game. I seem to be going across a river there. Do you notice I noticed some pop in there. It's not a regular occurrence on this game, but there was some going across that area. The frame rate is pretty consistent, I'll give them that, which is unusual for an N64 game. But I'm not sure it's actually doing anything particularly stressful. Those waterfalls are pretty bad. Right then, well, that's Top Gear Rally. I've got nothing much more to say about it, apart from it's alright. So if you like alright games, this is for you. Okay, ta-ra.